All right, guys, so today we're going to talk about the power clean, the how-to, the purpose, and the proper technique we need in order to have an effective hip drive to get that bar up to our navel line and drop underneath. So first off, the purpose and why we do a power clean or a hang power clean is to develop that power and that acceleration in our knees and our hips. Okay, Matt's going to drop into the triple threat or the flex in the ankles, the knees, and the hips. So just go ahead and drop into that nice, what would be our hang clean position. So if you come over here, okay, and we look at the side, Matt's going to have nice flexion in his hip. He's going to have flexion in his knee, and he's got flexion in his ankle. Good, go ahead and stand straight up. All right, so the first thing we got to start with is the hand position. Okay, when we start with a clean, we want our hands to be no narrower than our shoulders, because if we get up here and our wrists are caught on our shoulders, it's going to be uncomfortable and we're not going to be able to drive. Okay, so Matt's going to get positioned on the bar. Matt's got a wider grip in his clean. He's a bigger dude. He's got a bigger wingspan. So he typically will grasp wider on the bar than normal. Okay, you'll see that as he lines up, the bar is over the middle of his feet. Okay, and the reason we do this is that the bar now is going to travel straight up. If it were out and over his toes, the bar would have to travel in and then up. It's just a waste of power. Okay, the next thing, if you come over to this side, that Matt does very well, if you'll drop your hips just a little bit. Good. Matt keeps his knees underneath his hips and his hips underneath his shoulders. Okay, when he stands up, and if you just go ahead nice and slow stand up, you'll see that everything moves as one. His knees, his hips, and his shoulders all move at the same time. This is good. If Matt goes back down, what we don't want to see with this first pull, okay, is what we call stripper booty. So what we don't want to see is his hips to be the first thing. We get that nice little bend and snap, okay? We don't want to have that, okay? On his second pull, or in the traps, okay, Matt's going to come to full extension in his knees. He's going to fully extend in his toes and go up onto his toes, and that's when he's going to go into a shrug. Okay, that's what we're going to call our second pull. Okay, so Matt will go all the way back down, and he'll go nice and slow, go up on your toes, and shrug. Okay, you'll see as he does that, he's generating hip power through his hips and through his knees. That's what we want. That's where, if we were to do a hang clean, all our original power comes from. Okay, so then on the third pull for a clean, we are actually pulling ourselves underneath the bar. Okay, it's a race underneath the bar. Who's going to win first, yourself or gravity? So Matt's going to go just regular speed, nice and slow, and he drops underneath the bar, and you can see that he catches the bar. If we come back to the front, he catches the bar in what we call a front rack position. Okay, we want to shoot our elbows as high as we can and as fast as we can to guarantee that we catch that bar in a good position in order to drive if we were to jerk. Okay, so Matt's going to give us 2 good reps. Good, one more. Good. Now Matt, will you do it where you don't come into full extension of your hips? Okay, so don't pop your hips all the way through. Okay, so you notice he was very arm heavy. He was pulling early with his elbows. That's what we want to avoid. And the reason being is you're going to strain your arms, but we're also not generating that power that we're trying to pull. Okay, we want that excessive power. We want this to be a violent lift. It's going to carry on into the football field as we go through a tackle. Okay, so Matt, one more for me. Good. And that was a successful power clean.